Hi, my name's Mark Hayward, and this is the Absolute Business Mindset podcast. I'm a corporate employee with an entrepreneurial mindset, and also I hear some of my thoughts, ideas, and comments. So, wanted to talk to you about prototyping and minimal viable products. So, I've taken on a new role recently where I am working on developing a prototype and a minimal viable product. So a prototype is a very quick and dirty result of some ideas that you might have, and with a prototype it's something done very quickly on low cost. It might just take someone a week or two to be able to get up to speed, that is then able to be tested. So that's what I've been doing recently. A lot of the time is doing testing, and that means reaching out to people, friendlies, people who you work with, colleagues, could be clients, people that you trust of their opinion, and that they'll be able to give you some additional value from asking them detailed questions about that prototype. So let's just say you have a product that you sell and you want to slightly change different variables. Instead of taking a year to be able to develop, we say let's do something quick, let's do something dirty, test it, validate it with people, and then you'll be able to get some feedback very quickly on how you're doing. So it's something, the sort of testing, the sort of market research phase is incredibly important. You've got to design the questions of a survey or some sort of question at the end. You've got to design a structure where people can do the test and they can follow instructions, and then you write a lot of feedback. You write a lot of details of their feedback that they provide to you. So there's a lot in there. There's a lot of bit of market research, a lot of bit of marketing, a lot of bit of understanding people's desires and wants, and being able to deliver them. So what has happened recently is I've collected a bunch of results, comments, feedback, ideas, and we're now on the next phase, which is actually going to do something about it. So once I've got some more feedback, I've got to ask wider set of people to be able to get some results that I'm able to share with my board, with my bosses. And once I've been able to say that 80% people like this, 20% people didn't like this, we can start fathoming about what actually needs to be done. So that is the quick idea of a prototype. A minimal viable product, an MVP, is something that we're doing with another product. And basically this is more to do with creating something. It's a little bit more than a prototype. It's still quite quick and dirty, but you have to decide what you're going to do for an MVP. It's critically important that your definitions of what you need to do is critical. You need to be able to make the definitions that everyone that's involved, whether it's in this example it's technology, whether the tech people understand definitions, the experts, the subject matter experts, and then the business people like myself know exactly what we're defining. So we spent about a week or so defining, asking questions of friendlies about how they would act on this and what they would do with that. And it's been an incredibly interesting experience to be able to interview these people again, but asking more key questions, because every day we do a stand-up and we meet together. And that gives me the direction of what I'm going to ask people to look at for our MVP. So it is very important to not get carried away with an MVP. Don't take on too much. You just need to have enough that you can then go to market. You might have a beta tester that does they pay to do your testing. It might be some friendlies. It might be a friendly client. It might be a situation where someone was asked for it, whatever it is. So it's critically important that you define when it comes to an MVP. So I've just got into the stage where I did tonight a slide deck which I'm going to present to the board on my MVP, the definition of my MVP. If I get approval from them, then that means that I am able to present to the board, hopefully get approval, and then we can actually build it. So that's it. I can continue with this at a later stage, but it's important to have those definitions in your head of what a prototype is for a technology, and also what it is for a MVP. Right, my name is Mark Hayward. You can catch me on Twitter, Mark Hayward169. You also can check out my podcast, this Absolute Business Mindset. There is a Facebook group if you'd like to join it. There are my videos on YouTube, I just want you to get involved and give some comments. And the podcast is on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify. Thank you very much.